Welcome to class. Let's get started. Let's find a nice tall posture, open chest, relaxed shoulders. Let's find our feet about hip width apart. And let's connect a bit deeper with the present moment by taking some deep breaths together with a slight bend in our knees. We're gonna bend as we inhale. Bring our arms down and up on our exhale. Good. So let's move through a couple of these. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we lift. Good. 3 more. 2. 1. Stand it up. Grab onto that wrist. Let's just come into a side bend. Let's stay on this side for 3 more. Press those heels firmly into the mat. Good, standing up tall, grabbing onto that left wrist and bending into it. 3 more. 2. And 1. Nice. Let's lower those arms down, hands on the hips. First, we're gonna find some balance. So we're gonna begin to press into the left heel, slight bend of the knee. We start to hover that right foot up. We're gonna create circles with our knees. We lift the knee up, out, and around. Good. Yes, we are practicing some balance here as we open up through the hip. Let's do 3 more in this direction. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we circle. 1 more. Let's lower that foot down, reverse the circle, the knee comes back, out and around. Good. Nice. 3 more. And last one, we relax that foot down. Let's switch. Ready? Find that balance. Press that heel into the mat. We rise that knee up, bringing it out, back and around. Good. 3 more. Nice. And we're gonna begin to reverse. We lower that down. I'm losing my balance on this side. You'll notice one side is a bit easier to do than the other. Bringing that knee back out and around. 3 more. Ooh, my hips are cracking. Last one. Bringing it back out. We're gonna find our feet a bit wider than shoulder width apart. Our feet can slightly be pointed out if that feels more comfortable for you, or pointing forward. We're gonna have a tall posture to begin. We're gonna take a deep inhale. We're going through the form here. We inhale to prepare. We lower down, sinking the hips back like you're sitting into a chair. Exhale, we stand it back up. Good. So let's do a few of these. See how you're feeling. We're warming up the bend. The squat doesn't have to be too deep. We're about to come into a squat that we're gonna bring our thighs parallel to the mat. So just bend and extend those legs here. Think about keeping a slight tuck of your chin so you're not arching through your spine through this. Just a couple more. Get ready. We're about to begin our deeper squats. We lower on the inhale, exhale, rise up. Can you lower down a bit more, bringing those thighs parallel to the mat? Good. I like to keep my hands on my hips for support. If you like them out, you can do that as well. You got this. Keep breathing through it. Can you go a bit lower? Almost there. Make sure that the knees are tracking around your front two toes, so your knees are not caving in or out. Good. Last one. And stand it up, shake it out. Take a breather here. We're gonna do a different variation of the squat. As we lower, we're gonna do a 3-count pulse, and then we're gonna stand it back up. So get as close to possible as your thighs can be parallel to the mat, and then we're gonna drive the hips back up. Getting ready, get into that position. Feet are wider than shoulder width apart. We inhale to prepare. We lower down and lift it back up. Get that pulse in. 1, 2, 3, lift up. Good. Imagine someone's pulling you from your hips back. Can you sit a little deeper? Can you squeeze your glutes a bit more? Can you connect with that muscle? Think about the feeling you're having. Think about that burn. Enjoy the movement. You're almost there. And last one. Standing it up, shaking it out. We're gonna go into another variation. We're gonna do a side squat. So we're gonna come out with our feet really wide, wider than shoulder width apart. Toes are gonna be pointing forward. We're gonna begin by sinking our hips back like someone's pulling our hips back and making sure that our knee is tracking behind those 2 front toes as we sink down. We inhale, we extend that leg, exhale, we stand it back up. Good, keeping that left leg long. We're sinking it down and standing back up. Good. Same thing here. We're going deep into that squat. We're not keeping our torso upright like we've done in the plie squats. We're really hinging the hips back here. As you bend and press that heel of that right foot into the mat to help you drive up into a standing position. Good. Last one. Stand it up, shake it out. You know what's coming, the other side. You got this. Let's prepare. Let's get into that wide stance. A nice bend in that left knee, keeping that right leg long and extended. Here we go. Deep inhale to prepare. We lower, sinking the hips back. Exhale. We press that heel into the mat to stand back up. Good. Great job. This is challenging, but you are strong. Keep breathing. Can you brace your core? Can you squeeze your glutes as you rise? Good. And stand it up. Shake it out. We're gonna repeat this movement, but we're gonna add a little pulse on each side. And we're just gonna alternate, pulsing from one side to the other. Ready? Wide stance. We're gonna start by shifting towards the right, towards that right heel. So prepare, get that foot nice, pressed into the mat. Inhale, we sink our hips back. We pulse 3, 2, 1. Stand it back up and we switch. Shift your weight onto the other leg. 3, 2, 1. Stand it back up. Good. Keep this going. Keep breathing. You got this. Enjoy that nice stretch as you shift your weight from one side to the other. Can you elongate that leg a bit more? As you sink your hips down, feel that stretch through your inner thighs. Got this, almost there. And last one. And stand it up, shake it out. Great work. We're gonna roll down into the mat. Coming onto the back. Arms are long and heavy. Tall, tall spine. Imagine there's a string pulling you from the crown of your head. We're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, our chin begins to tuck in. We're gonna roll down vertebra by vertebra. Can you begin to flex those shoulders forward? The upper spine comes down. Middle. Lower back. If you feel tightness here, begin to bend those knees already. Release your head and your shoulders here. Take a deep inhale. And your next exhale, begin to bend your knees so much that you're starting to come onto the mat. Meet me on all fours here. We're gonna widen the knees about mat width apart to come into a child's pose. Knees together is fine too. Listen to your body, whatever feels better for you, do that. Sink your hips back towards your heels. Stretch your arms away from you and relax your head down. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Let's take one more deep inhale here. And exhale. Sigh it out. Nice. Meet me on all fours. Palms underneath those shoulders. Knees underneath those hips. We're going to go into a donkey kick to begin. We're gonna take a deep breath, gazes towards the fingertips so we have a long spine. We're gonna flex the right foot and we're gonna drive through that heel, bringing the leg, the thigh parallel to the mat. Inhale, we lower. Exhale, we drive that leg back up. As you do this, make sure you check in with that supporting leg. If you want to look down, make sure that knee is underneath that hip as you're moving. And make sure you're keeping those hips really still so we're not arching through the back. Squeeze that core. Keep that rib cage tucked in. You got this. Good. And last one. Nice. Take a deep breath. Next up, we're gonna go into our fire hydrants. If your wrists are hurting by any chance, you can come onto a little fist, or you can come into a side forearm on the opposite leg of the leg you're working. So we're working the right, come into that left forearm. Support yourself. If you're still on your wrist with me, join me here. We're gonna go into our fire hydrants. Deep inhale. Exhale, we open up that knee as we inhale. Exhale. Good. Keep sinking the breath with your movement. Squeeze that glute as you lift that leg up to the side. You got this. Keep pressing those palms into the mat so we're not collapsing into our foundation. You're supporting yourself up. For the last one, you got this. We lower, take a breath. You can sit it back, stretch your arms out. You can roll your wrist out one way and the other. Shake it out. We're just gonna combo the moves now, going into that donkey kick and fire hydrant combination. Find that form, palms under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We begin, we kick it back. On that exhale, inhale, we lower. Exhale, we open up that hip to the side, driving that knee up. And we kick it back. Good. Check in with that supporting leg. Now that we're comboing the moves together, this exercise is really asking for your core to really be engaged as you shift from one movement to the other. Check in that knee is over the hip. Good. Last one, and lower. Take a breath. Shake those wrists out. Here we go. We're gonna go on to the other side next to balance ourselves out. Shake it out. Ready? Meeting on all fours again. Check in with that form. Nice tuck of the chin, gaze towards the fingertips. Flex that left foot and we drive it up into our donkey kick and lower. Trying to keep a nice bend of that knee, about 90 degrees. Try not to lock out those elbows. Try to keep a nice bend. You got this. You are strong. I'm reminding myself of this too. Almost there. And last one. Woo! Little break. Oh, it feels so nice to roll your wrist after that. Shake it out. And here we go, straight into those fire hydrants. Get into that form. Inhale to prepare, flex that left foot. Exhale, we open that knee out to the side. Inhale, we lower. Keep those hips still as you open through that leg. Check in with that supporting leg. The hip is not trying to pop out to the side. Whoa. Can you squeeze that glute a bit more to help you lift that leg up? And last one. And break. Take that breath, sit it back. Roll the wrist out. We're getting ready into the combo move. Last exercise in this position. You got this. Find that form. Here we go. Flex that left foot on your next exhale. Drive the heel towards your ceiling. We lower. Open up that leg. You got this. It's normal to start feeling a bit tired. The other side has already been worked out. This is your final push in this position. You got this. Just keep following your breath. Almost there. And last one. We lower down and break. Deep breath. On your next exhale, roll it up and swing your legs around. So you meet me in a seated position. We're gonna make our way onto our back. So roll it back. And we're gonna get into some glute bridges. Feet are hip width apart. On the exhale, we lift our hips up. Hold at the top so that we find a nice line from our knees to our shoulders. Inhale, we lower down. We tap our hips onto the mat. As you do this, do you feel supported? Like as you lift your hips up, check in that as you lower your hips that you can touch your heels with those fingertips. If you can't, bring in those heels a bit closer to you. Keep going here. When you lift at the top of your bridge, make sure you're coming onto your shoulders and not your neck. We're moving mindfully here. You can also press your whole arm into the mat to help you lift a bit more. Last one, lower the hips down. Take a rest. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Good. Okay, rock side to side here. Next up, we are going to lift up into our bridge, and we're also gonna lift our heels up. Are you ready? Feet come down, hip width apart. Exhale, squeeze the glutes to lift up into your bridge. Hold at the top. Coming onto the balls of your feet, lift your heels up. Inhale to lower the hips down about halfway. Squeeze the glutes to lift back up. If you need another modification, just bring your hips all the way down to the mat, tap, and then lift up. Notice as you lift, are you lifting through that upper body too? If so, tuck that rib cage in. So you're just isolating this movement through your hips. You're hinging the hips down and up. Tuck the pelvis under to activate those glutes a bit more. Good, and we lower down. Bring the knees in towards your chest, hug it in. You can do little circles, massage that lower back. Nice. We have one more variation here. Let's find our form. Feet are hip width apart, knees bent. Arms by our side. Press those arms into the mat. We're gonna press our heels into the mat, squeeze the glutes to lift up into our bridge, coming back into a high heeled position. Keep those heels high, press them into the balls of your feet. We're lowering just 2-3 inches, lifting up. So we're doing 3 pulses here. We lower, lift, and then bring the hips down to the mat. Exhale, lift up to the highest bridge. Then just drop 2-3 inches. Lift up, pulse, 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 and lower back down. Good. Keep moving through this. You got this. Press into the balls of those feet. Tug the pelvis under. Can you lift a little higher? Good. And last one. Bringing those hips down. Knees in towards your chest. Deep breath. Create little circles with your knees. The knees come out away from you to the side and in towards your chest. Good, and reverse that motion. The knees come in towards you, out and around. Allow the legs to feel really heavy here. Let's do a few more. And relax the feet down on the mat. We're gonna stretch it out. So let's bring our left leg over our right. The ankle comes over the thigh. You can stay here if this feels nice. Or hug that thigh in towards your chest to stretch it out a bit deeper. Stretching those glutes, opening up those hips. As you hold this, can you release any tension in your upper body? Inhale deeply. Exhale. Can you slow down your exhale so it becomes longer than your inhale? Just notice. Hold it here. Good. We're gonna now lower the legs down, unwind the legs, and we're just gonna switch, bringing the right leg over, the left. Stay here if that feels good for you. If not, join me in hugging that thigh in towards the chest. Keep following that breath in through your nose, out through the mouth. Good, one more breath. Unwind those legs, one more stretch. Bring in the left knee in towards your chest and extend the right leg long, if that feels good. If not, keep that right leg bent. Just hug it in here. One more round of breath. Good, gently bring that foot back down. Slide that right leg in if you had it extended. And we're switching. Bring that right knee in towards your chest. Slide the left leg away if that feels good. If not, keep it bent. We're hugging the knee in. And relax that upper body. Allow it to melt into the mat. One more round of breath here. Good. Gently press that leg back down into the mat. Bring that left foot in. Roll onto one side, whatever side feels more comfy for you. Take a breath here on your side. On your next exhale, use this top arm to help you press up into a seated position. Take your time. Meet me in a comfortable seat. Let's take one final deep breath together. The longest breath you've taken today. Arms are long by your side. Inhale, they come up. Exhale, you release them down. Thank you for moving with me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. See you next time.